Who loves you more? Mama or Papa? How many of you as a kid remember being asked this deadly question? How many? I think I can have more hands. How many? Yes. Man, because I used to hate this question. Saturday morning, no school, Gupta auntie visits the home for a regular sweater knitting session. And then the moment she sees me, who loves you more? Papa or Mama? Man, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to play a Chanakya at my home? Involved in politics between my mother and father? But luckily, I have always been a mama's boy, and the answer always used to be, Mommy. And you know the reason why? I'll tell you my secret. I'll tell you my secret. Because mothers are beautiful. Mothers are really beautiful for one very beautiful reason. They cry for anything. Any reason, man, mothers will cry. Try this out. You'll bless me for having attended this meeting. Try this out. Just find a piece of wood in the gutter. Just a piece of old, red, rackety wood. And the beauty of the whole thing is, you don't even need to wipe it off. Just take a penknife, make a small niche in it, go back home, give it to your mother and say, look Ma, look what I made for you. And your mother will go, oh my God! You made this for me! You are the best son in the world! Come here, I'll forgive you for everything, come here! See, that is where mothers have it over fathers, man. Because you give the same piece of wood to your father, and your father will say, what is that, just a piece of wood you found in the gutter? Get it out of my sight! Or as the legendary comedian Russell Peters put it, somebody gonna get hurt real bad. Somebody. See, that is why fathers don't get good presents. Because they don't cry. Mother's Day comes. You break your back to get your mother a beautiful present. Father's Day comes, your father needs to remind you. You know, today is Father's Day. We are supposed to feel very emotional. And you come back. Right, what do you want me to do? Go buy me a nice present. Go buy me a nice present. Right, what do you want me to buy you? Take $100, go get me a pack of cigarettes. And then you smoke half of it on the way back home. And the whole thing is so beautiful, that won't even be the brand that your father smokes. See, but a mother's greatest weapon though is not crying. A mother's greatest weapon is her voice. Did I tell you or not? Because if you are within 30 feet of that voice will decalcify your whole spinal cord and you'll collapse on the ground faster than Satyam collapsed. Because mothers always say, you are going to drive me to my grave. Fathers say pretty much the same thing, but they have a slight twist. Fathers say, I am going to drive you to your grave. Because if you are a boy in the home, your father will have this implicit agreement with you. That son, I got you into this world. I can very well take you out. And it won't matter to me because I'll create another idiot who's just like you. See, but a father's weapon though, a father's biggest weapon is not his voice. A father's biggest weapon is his presence. 3 kids, they are watching the TV in the living room. The father walks in, 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing 85 kgs, with that expression on his face. And the kids immediately realize, everybody's spread out, he's going to hit somebody. I don't think so, he can get all the 3 of us in one shot. You go there, let's go. And then the father, he will chase one kid and shout, come back here, come back. Which I believe is a very dumb statement to make. What does a father think? Just because Because he's saying, come back here, come back here. So kid is going to stop, come back and get killed. But still, the father will just chase one kid, and some fathers are so dumb. They will shout at the kid, I'm really angry with you right now. Go get me something so that I can hit you with it. and then there are some really dumb kids. When they hear that, they will go to the bedroom, innocently get a cricket bat, give it to their father and say, Dad, beat me to death. Because if my father ever said that thing to me, I would have probably gone into the living room, torn the corner of a newspaper, given it to my father and said, Father, let's fight. But let me conclude my speech by telling you a real story about mothers and fathers that I read very recently in a newspaper. A kid as a part of his home assignment was asked, tell me, what is the best thing that your father has ever done? The kid got confused, totally confused. My father is such a goofball. When it comes to the kitchen, the only thing he can do is to boil water. When it comes to general knowledge, he thinks that the father of Akbar is Rakesh Roshan. And when it comes to the home, he keeps blowing gas all the day and blaming it on invisible animals, mostly the dog in the house. And then you know what the kid wrote in his assignment book? Very innocent answer. The best thing that my father did was to marry my mother. Over to your contest here.